4 days of oxygen. That's what rescue teams were racing against on June 18, 2023. Except the 5 people aboard the Titan submersible were already gone, crushed in a catastrophic implosion that lasted less than a millisecond. The Titan was supposed to be a window into history. For $250,000 per seat, OceanGate Expeditions promised wealthy adventurers a chance to see the Titanic wreck with their own eyes, 12,500 feet below the North Atlantic surface, where eternal darkness meets crushing pressure. On June 18, 2023, that promise became a tomb. Aboard were 5 souls: Stockton Rush, the 61-year-old CEO and co-founder of OceanGate, who piloted the vessel himself; Shahzada Dawood, a Pakistani-British businessman, and his 19-year-old son Suleiman, who reportedly wasn't eager to go but joined to please his father for Father's Day; Hamish Harding, a 58-year-old British billionaire adventurer who'd been to space the year before; and Paul-Henri Nargeolet, a 77-year-old French maritime expert who dived to the Titanic over 30 times, a man who knew these depths better than almost anyone alive. They launched that Sunday morning. About an hour and 45 minutes into the descent, communication ceased. The support ship Polar Prince lost contact. No distress signal, no warning, just silence. What followed was a massive international search operation, a frantic, hope-against-hope effort involving the US Coast Guard, Canadian forces, and deep-sea experts from around the world. News outlets broadcast minute-by-minute updates. Social media erupted with theories, prayers, and unfortunately memes. The world watched, calculating oxygen supplies, debating rescue possibilities, clinging to the mathematical chance that 5 people might still be alive in a sealed tube somewhere in the abyss. But here's what investigators would later determine: the Titan had imploded almost immediately after communication was lost. The US Navy had actually detected an acoustic signature consistent with an implosion around that time. They just couldn't be certain what it was. Those 4 days of searching, they were searching for ghosts. The pressure at Titanic depth is roughly 6,000 pounds per square inch, about 400 times what you experience at sea level. When a vessel fails at that depth, implosion happens faster than the human nervous system can process. The occupants would have had no time to understand what was happening. In that sense, if there's mercy to be found, it's that death was instantaneous. But why did it happen at all? The Titan wasn't like other deep-sea submersibles. Most research subs use spherical titanium hulls. Titanium because it handles pressure cycles well, spherical because that shape distributes stress evenly. The Titan used a cylindrical pressure hull made of carbon fiber and titanium. Carbon fiber is lighter, potentially cheaper, and this was Stockton Rush's innovation, his bet that he could democratize deep-sea exploration. The problem? Experts had warned him. In 2018, industry leaders, oceanographers, and submersible engineers sent OceanGate a letter expressing unanimous concern about the vessel's development and testing protocols. They worried the experimental approach could result in catastrophic outcomes. David Lockridge, OceanGate's own director of marine operations, raised safety concerns and was fired. He later claimed in a lawsuit that he'd been terminated for refusing to authorize manned tests of the Titan. Rush dismissed the concerns. He called safety regulations stifling to innovation. He said being remembered as a colonizer of the deep was more important than being safe. He believed the industry was too conservative, that he was proving a better way. Here's the pattern. Interrupt, you need to understand. The Titanic itself, that ship they were diving to see, was a monument to the exact same hubris. Unsinkable, they called it. Insufficient lifeboats because regulations were outdated and profit margins were tight. Speed records prioritized over ice warnings. The Titanic sank because people believed their engineering had transcended natural limits. And 111 years later, 5 people died trying to visit that wreck in a vessel whose creator believed the same thing. The debris field of the Titan was discovered on June 22nd, about 1,600 feet from the Titanic's bow. Among the wreckage, the landing frame, the rear cover, pieces of the pressure hull. The titanium end caps survived. The carbon fiber cylinder had shattered into fragments. Every person aboard died instantly on June 18th. though the world wouldn't know for certain until days later. Stockton Rush's gamble failed. The father and son never made it home. The explorers found their final frontier. On June 18, 2023, the deep ocean reminded us that nature doesn't negotiate. You can't charm physics or market your way past material science. The Titan didn't implode because deep-sea exploration is impossible. We've been doing it safely for decades. It imploded because someone decided the rules didn't apply to him. And in the end, the most haunting part isn't that 5 people died visiting a mass grave. It's that they died the exact same way, assured by someone in charge that disaster was impossible, right up until the moment it wasn't.